Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome to the Shift Conference. Before I say anything, please can we put our hands together for Dr. Sam Adeyemi. I was on a salary of 30,000 naira a month and I asked myself, Gabriel, what else can you do to earn 30,000 naira a month? If I can sell one truck of diesel, I'll make 30,000 naira a month. When you have a strategy, you implement it.
You must be intentional about building strategic relationships. The power that you have is not absolute in the space, because you must control the space to work, to support you, to deliver value. Hard work is good. I didn't say don't work hard, but working smart is better. Working smart is about maximizing productivity using every resource that is available to you.
Your mindset is like a compass. If it's off just a little bit, it's going to take you a lot of time to reach your goals. See, money is a tool. And so what I realized is if a person can change their priorities around their money, they could change their outcome. If they can change their mindset around their money, they could change their money outcome. Our financial outcomes is a derivative of our money behaviors.
You cannot travel within and stand still without. When you see cannot, that's riding on the principle. If I could push the inside, the outside is designed to do everything possible to catch up with it.
It gives us great pleasure to unveil to you, reveal to the world for the first time, his latest book titled Shifts. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning.
I joined the Circle group. While I was going through your message, I went through the 40 days research program. Between then and now, I've seen a lot has changed. All because, some of your messages, some of your leadership words, encouragement on how we should follow procedures. Some of these things, the way you talk it, you make it seem as if it's not difficult.
I went back to the 40-day research. So in one of it, that if I start thinking about being a victim or anything, it's not going to help me and it's not going to help my employer as well. So every day when I'm driving to work, I play each of those things and it has really helped me. Wow. Oh, it has helped me. Wow. I found out that the way I see myself has really, really changed.
I immediately joined Circle and started the 40-day reset. It has been absolutely life-changing for me as far as a mindset shift that I didn't know I needed.
It's a very wonderful mental reset. If you're just joining in here and you have not tried that, please just go and check it out. I can promise you will come back and testify.
I joined the
My experience was great.
It was amazing, transformative.
I was blown away by the speakers.
Excellence. Content was really, really powerful.
This was a world-class conference. I will be here for Shift 2026.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Sam Adeyemi.
That point where you make up your mind is where your life changes. That's where a poor man becomes a rich man. That's where failure changes to success. It is your decision, not your condition, that determines your destiny.
Success is a journey. It's not a destination. The mistake too many people make is to say, I have arrived. No. You need to stay on entrepreneurial shift.
You have to have a huge desire for the thing that you really, really want. So if that means you have to spend 40, 60, 80 hours a week to get there, that's a burning desire. Who has a burning desire to build wealth today?
Sometimes you won't have all the answers. Neither do the men. 50% of our population cannot be sitting back. God bless you.
Get up, ladies. Get up, men. Get up, children. Get up and run with the light that you have.
In life, if you don't move, words without action is nothing. So when you told your neighbor shift, did you shift? In this book, you will find out that to make changes can be very uncomfortable, but when you start, it gets easier.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to this live event, Leadership Live. Yes. Thank you, everyone. Good afternoon, good evening, or maybe good morning, depending on the part of the world that you're joining us from. Yes. Awesome. Welcome. Yes, let's know where you are joining from. Johnson from Abuja. Good to see you. Thank you. And Adeolu from Jaws. Amazing. Thank you. Psalm 7. Thank you. You are amazing. From Kumasi, Ghana. This is always a global event, right? Thank you. Daniel says my favorite Sam. Thank you. Lisa from Yola. Thank you. Pastor Tim from Chicago. Thank you. Odusoya from Lagos. Amazing. Thank you, everyone. Favor is in Edmonton, Canada. Amazing. Thank you, Lady Grace Dunamis. Yes, Pastor Timothy from Owerri. Amazing. Moses joined us from Zambia. Wow. Daniel also from Zambia. Amazing. Wow. Poribet from Jaws. Mike is in Michigan. And Gloria is in Lagos. Thank you, everyone. Samuel is in San Francisco. And Obehi is in Los Angeles. Right there. Yes. Pastor Nick and I drove from San Francisco to Los Angeles some years back. It was exciting. Oh my God. What scenery. We were going to fly and somebody said, don't try it. Don't try it. You need to drive and just enjoy the scenery. And honestly, it was inspiring. Thank you. Wishes from Lusaka, Zambia, and Christ from Congo. Aso Poetic from Abuja, and Chinyere from Lagos. All right. So thank you, everyone. I want us to dive straight into our discussion for the day. So thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining. Oh, let's do something, right? This is a leadership class, right? Thank you. I can see everyone joining us from Nigeria, from the UK, from Canada, from Italy. Amazing. Sierra Leone, Ireland, USA. Amazing. Thank you, everyone. Amazing. Okay, let's do something, right? Let's do something right now. Just share the link with someone or repost, retweet, repost on social media. Let's bring some people in. For us here in our community, we have killed the old theories, right? The old ideologies about leadership. The belief that few people are born to lead, everybody else is born to follow. Dead ideologies. Everyone has the potential to lead. Everyone has the potential to lead. I am proof, right? I did not think I was leadership material when I was pretty young, right? If you asked someone in a group to offer themselves to lead the group, I would be the last person to do so. However, I'm grateful. I'm grateful that I started reading on leadership. I saw the qualities of a leader and saw that I have some of them already. The ones I don't have, I can cultivate. The ones I didn't have, I began to cultivate, and I just began to literally float to the top everywhere. Come on. Leadership in our community is ability to influence one or more people to achieve goals. The ability to influence one or more people to achieve goals. The big word is influence. Let's do it. So you invite someone into this discussion right now. Tell them something life-changing is about to happen over the next 50 minutes. You need to come in now. Who knows? Who knows who's going to be a president tomorrow, or a governor, or a senator, a prime minister, a premier somewhere, or the CEO of an organization somewhere? Who knows? right? That's why this is so, so important. That's why we do this. Okay, good. Good. I can see myself on X, so I'll like it and repost it. We're live on LinkedIn, live on Facebook, live on YouTube. Fantastic. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining us. I want us to, like I said, dive straight into the discussion for today. So this is what happens. I'm going to talk a bit, and then I'm going to look into the chat room for questions, right? I'll answer a few before we end our discussion for the day. Okay. I want us to talk about initiative, right? Initiative, because we've been discussing the qualities of a leader, just so that you can now make them your development goals. So that's what I did, right? I saw the qualities of a leader. I saw the ones that I had already. I saw the ones I did not have. I began to pick the ones I did not have one by one. Let me warn you ahead. Don't expect magic, right? Don't expect magic. You need consistency. We are creatures of habit. So what you want to do is to make sure that these qualities become your habit. They become second nature. So real success, sustainable success is habitual. That's the level actually where you can really say you're successful, when something becomes habit. So that's our objective, right? That's our objective. Last week we discussed on empathy. So powerful. I tell people, if you just find out you don't have the capacity to love, but you're already occupying the leadership position, take a break, go on sabbatical, go and find that quality wherever you can find it, then come back. Why? The likelihood of failure, the potential for failure is very high without the capacity to, put ourselves in the place of other people and feel how they feel. Okay. Anyway, today is about initiative. What does it mean to initiate? Right? What does it mean to initiate? It means to cause something to begin, to cause an action to begin, to cause a process to begin. You remember one of Newton's laws of motion: all objects remain at a state of rest until a force is applied. So it means on this planet, things don't just happen by themselves. So you are not a leader if you are the one that waits for things to happen. Oh no, we make things happen. We make things happen, right? We make things happen. So when you have initiative, you don't wait for things to happen. You make things happen. That's what initiative is about, making things happen. So when you have initiative as a person, it means that you can make things happen without being told. You make things happen without being told. Now, if you come from the culture that I come from, from Africa, and this is true also of much of the developing part of the world, we have what you call a permission-seeking culture. Permission-seeking culture. Even when people know what they're supposed to do, we're still waiting for someone to give us the permission to do it, right? However, you take a lot of weight off your boss when you don't have to wait, right? When you don't have to wait to get permission, when what you want to do is the right thing to do. Okay? That's why we say it's a major quality of a leader. I read many years ago The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen R. Covey. Powerful habits, 7 powerful. You see, he calls them habits. Again, that word, habits. second nature, something that you do over and over and over and over and over, and then it goes down into your subconscious or your heart, we call it, and you don't have to think consciously about it before you do it. I mean, like driving, right? It's just, we call it second nature. That's it. And to get to that point, you realize leadership is not a day's job. It's a daily job. It's not a day's job. It's a daily job. One of the 7 habits: be proactive, not reactive. Be proactive, not reactive. What does that mean? Proactive, not reactive. So it means that, okay, illustration, like Stephen R. Covey gave it. Somebody slaps you, you slap the person back, right? God forbid, I slap you, you slap me back. Then they ask you why you slapped me, and you say, it is because he slapped me first. Covey said, it's true and not true. He said, actually, between the time that I slapped you and the time you slapped me back, he said there's that fraction of a second when you actually had the power to choose. You had the power to choose what to do. Most people abandon the responsibility to use that power. It is easier, right, to put the blame on the other person. It is easier. So when we don't cultivate the habit of using our initiative, then we keep putting the blame on circumstances, we keep putting the blame on people. We don't admit that we are the ones that refused to use our power. We did not use our power. If you are someone who reads the Bible, you must have seen it there, where Jesus Christ said, well, until I came, the rule was an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. He said, I'm changing the game. It's a low level. An eye for an eye. After some time, everybody will become blind, right? He said, if anyone slaps you on the right cheek, turn the left one. Most people don't understand the power in that statement. The person that slapped you started a cycle. Usually, the person that slapped you is expecting a reaction, expecting you to swing your hand. And Jesus Christ was saying, experience power, exercise your power, disappoint the person. Don't allow somebody else to be writing the script of your life. Don't act the script that somebody else wrote for you. Disappoint them. Act your own. So when he said, somebody slaps the right, turn the left one. If it makes you happy, does it make you happy? Does it make you feel complete as a human being? Right? Is that what gives you self-esteem? Except the person is crazy. The person should not do the second one, slap the second one. Right? That's the moral of it. That's the point of it. Okay, so when, therefore, you are that kind of a person that takes initiative, that's what I'm saying. You don't live your life reacting, waiting for circumstances to seize the initiative from you, or waiting for other people to seize the initiative from you. You are usually the person that makes the move, that shifts things. Come on. So why is this so important, right? It helps you to be, I'll tell you one thing, seizing the initiative helps you to be resourceful. Helps you to be resourceful. Being the one to decide, what should be done and making a move to do it. You will experience things about this life that most other people will not experience. In fact, some of the things you will experience will just be pure miracles.
I'm serious. A lot of people don't even decide on what they will do because they don't know how they will achieve it. They are missing something really big. Life doesn't work like that. You don't have to know how before you decide what. When you decide, if you understand how the human being has been designed, how your system has been designed, it is when you design what. It is when you decide what with a deadline. That's when your system opens up to catch the how. You'll be amazed. When you decide what first with a deadline, if necessary, you'll be amazed. That's when your system opens up to, So that's why I said you will literally experience miracles when you are the person that takes the initiative, right? That makes decisions and takes action. Not always waiting for somebody else, to be the one to decide what should be done and when it should be done. What is resourcefulness? It is making the most of the resources at your disposal, getting what you want out of what you have. It's amazing. It's amazing the way resourcefulness works. In fact, you have this fundamental belief that everything that you need is around. You just need to recognize them. Everything that you need is around. You just need to recognize them. So you spend time thinking, spend time in deep reflection, spend time exploring and testing, because you know what you need to shift to the next level will never be far away from you. I like the fact also that when you are that kind of a person, let's say you're an employee, for example, that, however, takes initiative, right? Who is not always waiting for somebody else to tell you what to do. When you're that kind of an employee, it gives you a sense of ownership. Taking the initiative helps you to develop a sense of ownership. And I promise you, it is those people that have that sense of ownership that thrive most in any organization. Some people, work like what some people call hirelings, right? It's just there for, look, I don't, whether the business prospers or it does not prosper, whether it makes profit or it doesn't make profit, that's not part of my problem. That's the problem of the owners. Me, I'll just do whatever they tell me to do. I'll take my salary and then I'm gone. People like that don't make much progress in an organization, right? Owning it, owning the success of the organization, right? Or owning the success of your team, owning the success of your department. So when you are that kind of a person that has initiative, that's what happens. It gives you that sense of ownership. And with that, you assume responsibility for the success of the team and you are able to make decisions because your motive is pure. Ultimately, when you are someone who takes initiative, you develop a reputation for problem solving. You develop a reputation for problem solving and for getting results. You will develop a reputation. Your bosses will take note of you. People in the environment will take note of you that a problem solver. Okay? Yeah. That you get results. Who doesn't like to work with a person like that? The person who in their minds are assuming your position as the manager or as the boss, and they are thinking for you. They are thinking for you and they are helping you to do the things you should have done. Who does not like to work with a person like that? In the early days of Daystar in Lagos, we had Pastor Sheyi Oladimeji. I'll never forget what happened. It was within the first few months of us starting. And then something was going wrong. We were to start a meeting, and then people couldn't get into the venue, and I was told right up front. So, and I was just thinking and praying and thinking. As I arrived at the location, I just said, you run down to the hotel down there, check if there's a venue for us to use. If it's available, book it, come back, tell us, and immediately, and the problem was solved. But this is the point. So Pastor Sheyola Dimeji said he got home that day and he was troubled. It was like, wow. So there was a solution. Now, why couldn't I get that solution before my boss arrived? So he said the next day, he told his wife, as they prayed together in the morning as a family, it was a prayer point that God should give him wisdom so that they would never have to wait again for me to arrive. As long as he was there, that he would be able to fix whatever it was. That's a powerful aspiration, you know. That's a powerful aspiration for an employee. I want to be able to take care of anything that needs to be taken care of, right? As long as I'm around. Wow. And should I say that his prayer was answered? It was answered because within a short time, anything I delegated to him, I was sure it would be done exactly the way I would have done it. It's amazing. Okay, so that's what, and that's why I said it's actually the quality for a leader. At the end of the day, you find out the qualities for an entrepreneur are really close to the qualities for a leader, right? So when you are the founder and you are the CEO, so who are you going to meet to solve problems, right? You have to find solutions. You have to find solutions. The buck stops at your table. So when you are someone that has initiative, that's what I'm trying to say. A lot of bucks, you will be stopping a lot of bucks on your table. And you know, the beautiful thing about developing this quality, you will be someone who creates success for your team. You'll be someone who creates success for your organization. Yeah, always. You will be someone who, you will have a reputation, you know, for problem solving, like I said. How do you develop this quality, right? The things you should practice daily. Number one, assessing a situation, learning to quickly assess a situation and to find the answer to the question, what needs to be done? That's important. What exactly is the issue here? So you gain clarity on the problem, then you can provide solutions. If the diagnosis is wrong, a doctor will tell you the prescription is likely to be wrong, right? So you learn to quickly assess what the situation is so you can identify what exactly the problem is. Number two, you have to be someone that knows how to get feedback or advice. You've got to be someone that knows how to quickly ask questions around and to get advice. When you cultivate this habit of taking initiative, you'll be amazed. It doesn't mean that you always know the solution. It doesn't mean. However, you will always start the process. You will always start the process. The solution will emerge. I remember during one of my classes in the engineering school, I was bragging that I was the best. I was bragging that I was the best. Now, I had been having challenges with mathematics. Can you imagine an engineering student having challenges with mathematics? But then I decided to fix the problem from the inside, from inside me. I told myself that I am brilliant, that I was brilliant, right? And that I was bigger than this problem. So I actually told everyone in the class that I was, that I was the best. So it then happened that they began to bring the assignments to me. So I still remember clearly what happened one particular day. We were like 4 or 5, and everybody was around me, and I was sitting on the table. I wrote the problem, it's a mathematics problem, right? I wrote it, and I said, okay, where do we start from? Somebody supplied that. This, I said, correct. I wrote it. It was the guys that were supplying what to do, one step after the other, and eventually till we got to the solution. Yes, I knew some of the things to do too, but everybody contributed, and then eventually we got the solution. And they went away with the impression that I was hot in mathematics. I'm saying, when you learn to take initiative, things will show up that you did not prepare for. Solutions will show up. Opportunities will show up, right? Learn to assess the situation and ask what needs to be done to get feedback, get advice. I promise you one thing, you're not going to get if you're not humble. This is important. As a leader, you've got to be humble. Nobody knows everything. In fact, I say this all the time. The fact that you're a leader does not essentially mean you're the smartest person in the group and that you have every solution. No. A leader is a broker of talents. A leader is a broker of talents. The solution is around one way or the other. You've got to believe that, right? And then move forward. So you've got to be someone that is also observant and senses problems before they happen. This is very important. Or can identify problems when they're still emerging. Because this helps you to be proactive, right? And you've got to use both your logical mind and your intuition. Be sensitive to problems before they start or before they develop into something big, because this helps you to be proactive, right? So when you sense a problem that is just emerging or before it happens, that helps you to begin to search for solutions, right? Yes, you can do your research on the internet. You can go find some books to read. You can ask people questions before a problem becomes a big, so you are ready. By the time the problem becomes a real issue that needs to be solved, you're ready, right? Don't always wait to be told what to do. Don't always wait to be told what to do. Don't always wait to be told what to do. Determine what needs to be done and move ahead. Determine what needs to be done and move ahead. Remember, you are practicing for the highest level. What we want for everyone in our community is to be part of the top 20%. Top 20% in your industry, top 20% in your nation, then top 20% globally. That's what we want. And we're simply saying these are the qualities that take you there. These are the qualities that take you there, right? If you want to continue to improve on this quality, then be someone who is open to learning, right? Open to learning, always reading, right? Always learning, always acquiring new skills, right? Always acquiring new skills, and then accepting challenges that are beyond the usual, what you're already used to. Yes, taking on fresh challenges. That helps you to expand your capacity for taking initiative. Two more things. One, you've got to learn to set goals. Be someone who sets goals, right? If you don't, you will live your life helping other people to achieve their goals. That's where the initiative starts from, for you to learn to set goals for yourself. Okay, learn to set goals and then take action to achieve the goals. Learn to set goals and then take action to achieve the goals. Really, really important. So finally, when you look at this whole thing, you will see that one important quality that undergirds everything is confidence. Confidence. Listen, the people that are succeeding at a high level, they're not better than you. They don't have two heads. They don't have two heads. They don't have 4 hands or 4 legs. They're human beings exactly like you. And you find out sometimes it's not even about intelligence or IQ. It's about guts. It's that daring spirit. It's that trying. Okay? Yes. Because that's what initiative is about. Don't give in to fear. Don't give in to fear. What if I try now and it doesn't work out? Will you be the first person to fail? No, you've got to develop a healthy attitude towards failure. Failure is just a learning experience. Who was born perfect? Who was born perfect? No. Come on. Failure actually moves you closer to success. Each time you fail, you've discovered one way that it doesn't work. It moves you closer to success. That's it. So what do? Those of us that have initiative or use initiative, we fail faster. We fail faster than others. And because we fail faster than others, we succeed faster than others. Right? We fail faster than others. It makes us to succeed faster than others. I experiment a lot. Right? So what happens? You find what works. When you experiment like that, you find what works. And then you work on that. Right? I mean, what's the point in repeating what didn't work? Right? Right. So you repeat the one that works. And with time, you discover principles. Principles have no respect for persons, and principles make success predictable. If I throw my phone up 10,000 times, it will come down 10,000 times. Because that's a principle at work. It's the same thing with success. It's the same thing with leadership. As you experiment, you find what works, then your confidence builds. So each time you do it, then that's how you build your confidence, right? You find the truth, you find the principles underlying certain experiences, you repeat your success again and again and again and again, right? You try first to find what works. Once you find what works, you do it again and again and again and again. You build your confidence. All right. All right. I hope this has been helpful. Has this been helpful for someone? Yes, you try. Maybe I should say this from a leadership perspective also. So if you're the boss, you're the head of department, right? And so on. Celebrate people that use the initiative, even if they make mistakes. I should say this also. Look, if you create an atmosphere of fear, people will not be able to take initiative. If people take the initiative and they make mistakes and you come down hard and you create a whole lot of drama around it, next time they will learn to wait for you. Right? Good. So let's create the atmosphere where people can take the initiative. Eventually, when they get it right, it will pay you big time. It will make you happy. You won't be there and things will be working. Right? All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you for the feedback. 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 Right? So I should say to everyone in the USA and Canada, and possibly Central and South America, that we have the Shift Conference, the only other Shift Conference we're having in 2025, holding at the College Park Marriott, Hyattsville, Maryland, USA on September 13, Saturday, September 13. It's going to be a life-changing experience. Just like we had in Lagos, I'm going to have some entrepreneurs join me, right, to speak. There's a general session, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. We'll have a short break, and then we'll go into the VIP session, which will be smaller number of people, right? Smaller number of people, founders and CEOs, and we'll do strategic leadership. And one or two of the speakers will join me to answer questions, right? Promises to be life-changing. So right now, if you go on my link tree, if you go on my profile, whichever of the platforms you're on, if you go on my profile, okay, in fact, the link is in the chat room, join.samadeyemi.com/waitlist-USA. join.samadeyemi.com/waitlist-USA. The wait list is building fast. The wait list is building fast. When we start selling tickets very soon, it's the people on the wait list that will get the tickets first. Then whatever is left, whatever is left, others can have. Good. So we have it on the screen, right? Now, just like we had, yes, the link is on the screen, join.samadeyemi.com/waitlist-USA. Thank you, Tim. Just like we had at Shift Conference Lagos, some of my friends are already signing up to be partnership sponsors for the Shift Conference USA. And I just want to say a big thank you to them, right? A big thank you to them. You know what we do when you're a partnership sponsor? We have it at various levels. When you're a partnership sponsor, we put the logo for your organization on our advertising. We are proud of our brand, and we know people are happy to associate with our brand. And the people who sponsor at the highest level, they get to show up on our outdoor advertising, which we plan to have also in Maryland. But then everybody else, at least on social media, on the flyers, and then we give you complimentary seats. So there's a VIP seat. There is the general session, like I said. In between the VIP and the general session, you have the founder's ticket. Now, apart from the lunch that the VIP people have along with their session, they also have a meet and greet breakfast, which I attend, right? And they get to meet other people to connect, because networking is big. Networking is big on our agenda, right? So people that attend the general session but go for the founder's ticket, they have front row seats at the general session along with the VIP people. They also attend the breakfast, right? The breakfast meet and greet. That's where we get to have our photo opportunities and different things like that, okay? Anyway, the link is there. If you are anywhere in North America, it is absolutely worth your flying down, right? From Canada, from Mexico, from Jamaica, right? And from all around the USA, absolutely worth flying down, okay? So if you want to be a sponsor or you want to find out about it, send us an email, okay? Send us an email. Send us an email, info@samadeyemiglc.com, and specify you want information on how to be a partnership sponsor. Thank you. Thank you. Ahead. Let's make it happen together. You know, when you partner with us, this is what is happening. You're joining us in doing one of the most important assignments on this planet right now, preparing people, raising leaders, preparing people, to maximize the opportunities provided by occupying leadership positions. It's huge. A lot of people in leadership positions right now that were not prepared. How many books did we read on leadership? How many seminars did we attend on leadership? Yeah, you can be an expert in your technical area. You can even, as a politician, you may be an expert in winning elections. But honestly, leading people, that's a different set of skills. It's a different set of skills. And that's why we are here, to support leaders, right? Honestly, the best time to learn leadership is not when you became a leader already. It's long before. That's what we're doing. So when you support us in doing this, you are changing lives. Thank you once again. Thank you once again. All right. If you are in Calgary, Alberta, the week after the Shift conference, we're coming over to Calgary to have the Business and Leadership Accelerator Roundtable. Now that's a much smaller meeting. Right? Maybe some 20 people or so, or 25, right? But that is, so we're in the same room, right? We're in the same room. It is highly interactive. We help people to solve the problem. It's about growth and acceleration. That's what it's about. How to go 2x, 5x, 10x, 100x, 1000x. That's what it's about. Good. So we have a wait list for that too. We won't go anywhere, especially with the BLA. We won't go anywhere if there aren't people. But I've already been talking to some leaders in Calgary. They say they are sure they'll get 50 people. I say, okay. Right? People from Edmonton, Medicine Hat, and other places around where you can drive 2 hours or less. Right? So please get on the wait list and you will have the opportunity to sign up first. My advice to founders and CEOs, don't come alone, right? Don't come alone. It's better you come with a team so that when we're done, then you can go review and then go on the attack. What we look forward to is 1 year after the training, we want to hear powerful, explosive stories. Now, so if you want to find out the full range of the things we do, please go on my link tree. If you're on Facebook, you're on Instagram, you're on Twitter, you'll see the link in my profile, linktr.ee/Sam Adeyemi. One of the things you will see there is what we call the inner circle. These are people I meet with once a month on Zoom, once a month. Of course, much smaller than this meeting. And I share things I won't share here. What I share here is powerful, I know. But the things I share there, I don't even share here also. And then it's interactive, highly interactive. More than that, we have a community, actually. We have a platform on circle.so where everybody sees everybody 24/7. If you have a question, you can post your question. A member of the community will help to answer. We help one another to succeed. It's a monthly mentoring program, right? So honestly, it's life-changing. I'll encourage you to be a part of it. The first thing you will get is access to what we call the 40-day leadership reset program. 40-day leadership reset program. It's 40 videos. 40 videos that I recorded, each of them a little less than 10 minutes. Various subjects that reset your brain, reset your system, right? For success and for leadership. So it's just powerful. Then all the monthly sessions that we've been having before, you see all of them there. It's a university. It's a university, right? It's really powerful. So when you go on my link tree, please look for the inner circle, the button for the inner circle, click on it, and you can join us. All right. Do you have any questions for me? Please type the questions now in the chat room, and let's see how far we can go. Big thank you once again to everyone who's joined us today. I know it's pretty late for some of us. How does one work better with a leader who shuns ideas that don't align with their personal beliefs? Okay, so 2 angles to this. Yes, when you throw ideas at your leader is not taking your ideas. So I'll start from you and how you present those ideas. You know, since it's you I have anyway, I don't have the person here. The average human mind, it takes the average human mind about 72 hours to become comfortable with a new idea. So first, you've got to learn to drop ideas with your boss and to let them go think about it. Okay? Everyone has ego, right? So you have to be considerate of the ego of your boss in presenting the idea. Don't rush them. Drop the idea, right? And go. And if you don't hear anything for some time, give a reminder. Or better still, after you drop an idea verbally, right, follow up with an email. Document those ideas. That makes it even easier for your boss, right? That makes it easier for your boss to deal with. Sometimes, honestly, you may be working with someone who is bombarded with a lot of things in the course of the day. The likelihood that they will forget is very high, right? But if it is in writing, they can always go back to it. They can always go back to it when it crosses their minds. It may be when the person maybe is in the bathroom or something that will cross their minds, or while they are driving, that will just flash in their minds, you know, or when they come across a challenge that they will remember, oh, you gave this suggestion, and they'll get back to it, right? Attitude matters a lot. We should try not to make our bosses feel stupid. Let me then talk about the flip side. Sometimes you are dealing with an insecure leader, period. Sometimes your ideas are better than that of your boss, period. Remember what I said earlier on. A leader, the fact that you're a leader does not automatically mean you're the smartest person in the room or you have the highest IQ. You've just got to leverage what everybody brings to the table. So, and your boss may just not be that kind of a person. Your brilliance, right, or those powerful ideas that you have may unsettle your boss, may make your boss insecure. In that kind of a scenario, you will need to bend over backwards a little bit, you know, to accommodate that insecurity and find ways to assure your boss that you are out to help your boss shine. You may have to deal with the ideas being presented maybe to the management without your name showing up at all, right? And you take that in, okay? Don't worry, that won't be the last idea you will get in the world, right? Yes. So, because for whoever that boss is to come down and even give you a hearing, you will need to show that you are actually out to help them shine. We always need to sell ideas. And when we sell, what do? We show the person the benefits, how this is exactly what they need to solve their problems, right? So I'm encouraging selling of the idea, putting the focus more on your boss and your boss succeeding. So what if, in spite of all of that, bid your time? Just make sure everything you're doing is recorded If you have that unique opportunity to speak to someone higher than your boss, when you know that it's really, really in the interest of the organization, for this idea to be executed, and your boss has been sitting on it, maybe the first one, the second, the third. If you ever have the opportunity, you hint someone that is higher than that boss, just so they have an idea. You've been supplying some ideas, but they've not been executed, okay? Not that you want to paint anybody bad or you want to, but just for the sake of the organization. That will also help you, all right? Good. I hope that helps. What's your thought about inspirational leadership? Oh, well, I think all leadership should be inspirational. All leadership should be inspirational. All leadership should be motivating, should get people up and excited about making a journey, because someone said, I think it was Bill Hybels, he said leadership is taking people from point A to point B. And when you're a leader, you've got to be able to sell the vision of that journey to the point where people are enthusiastic about making that journey. How do we register for the 40-day program? It's by becoming a member of the inner circle. So you go on my link tree, right? It's the link in my profile. If you go on Instagram, right, or X, you will see a link in my profile. Just click on it. That's my link tree. When you get there, you will see all the things we do. Click on the one that says Inner Circle. Inner Circle. That's what will take you to the 40-day program. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you for the compliments. Solomon is asking an interesting question. How can one get rid of the fear of starting something? How can one get rid of the fear of starting something? Let me rephrase the question, because usually the question is the answer. Don't try to completely eliminate the fear. What creates the fear? Uncertainty about outcome, uncertainty about the future. Now that's it. We're not God, right? We're not God. So that we all crave that certainty, but it eludes us. So what do you do to... So I will rephrase your question. How can one manage the fear of starting something? How can one manage? Get as much information about what you want to do as possible. Get as much information. Now, some of it you get from reading, some from research on the internet. You also need to ask people who have done it. Mentoring can be really powerful here. Ask people that have done it. That will minimize your potential for error, right? It will increase your confidence. Fear is the opposite of confidence, right? So getting as much information as possible. And then, but then don't wait forever, right? When you get to that critical time when you need to do something, do it. So I say, do it afraid. Do it afraid. Just get moving. That's how to kill fear. Somebody said, do what you fear, and the death of fear is certain. One of the gurus, right? Do what you fear, and the death of fear is certain. I went on radio 30 years ago, afraid. There was nobody I knew personally that had run any broadcast on radio. Crazy idea, but I was very convinced about it. I went ahead because I wanted to add value to people anyway. The money, that one scared me, right? First quarter, we needed 120,000 naira, the Nigerian currency. To give you context, my monthly salary at that time was 8,200 naira. We needed 120,000. So I had no idea, but I went ahead. And here I am. The money came. In fact, I got more money than that amount of money at the end of the day. It's amazing, right? That's why I said, when you take initiative, you experience miracles. All right, quickly, we have a few more minutes. What are the most important financial habits and investment strategies that you wish you had started earlier in your career ministry? And what advice would you give to someone who is just starting to build a financial foundation? Okay, good question, right? Good question. First, aligning with the principles, basic principles that control the flow of money. Money is only a means of exchange of value. Money is only a means of exchange of value. So instead of focusing on money, focusing on value, adding it. If value goes from you, value will come back to you in the form of money. Simple, right? So don't focus on yourself, how much you want to get. No, focus on people. Be obsessed about their problems. Obsess about their problems. Solve the problems, right? So definitely, I'm starting again. I won't be so focused on breakthrough. How do I break through? How do I break through? How do I? And then be praying for some big amounts of money, just hoping that something somewhere will just, no. From day one, I focus on making big impact on people. Okay. One other thing, of course, that I then had to learn along the way was saving, right? It took attending a conference where somebody spoke for 10 minutes on Proverbs 21 verse 20. Proverbs 21 verse 20. There is much treasure and oil in the dwelling of the wise, but the foolish man spends everything. And the speaker said, if you spend everything that is coming in, it is proof you're a fool. I was like, what? It had been a long time since someone told me I was a fool. There was no saving. I was spending everything. That day, it was a morning session. That day, I went to get savings account forms, not only for myself, but also for our church. Okay. It was revolutionary. That habit, revolutionary. I found out it actually runs on the principles, some very powerful principles, right? That I don't have the time to explain here. So what I'm saying is leave the amount first, align with the principle, save 2%, save 5%, right? Save 10%, then save 20%, but save, okay? Personally at an individual level. Okay, just one more question, just one more. How do you maintain being a leader when your co-leaders are not as passionate? Why are they not passionate? So you've got to take that as a challenge to your leadership skills. You've got to be able to get them on your side, right? And they're not coming on your side until they can see what you are seeing. Where do you see the whole group going, right? Have you been able to communicate it effectively? I announced many years ago, right? Daystar was 500 people, right? In Lagos, 500 people. And then I just got this inspiration, the flash. I saw us grow to 2,000. So, and the following Sunday, I made the announcement. I am happy to let everybody know we are growing from 500 to 2,000. I was expecting people to cheer. I was expecting them to clap. They were just looking at me. So I was wondering, what did I say wrong? Did I offend them or what? At the end of the service, one of our people came to me, a lady, and said, congratulations. So we're growing from 500 to 2,000. I said, yes. She said, so it means that the new people that are coming will be more than those of us that are here now. I said, yeah. She said, it means I won't be able to walk up to you like this anymore. Freely. At the end of the service, I'll have to book an appointment with your personal assistant. I said, no. By then I got the message. No, not for someone like you, not for someone like you, okay. I went home thinking I got the message. The reason why they were not clapping was because what they saw was my own career was going to improve. Okay, so I was leading 500 people. It was going to grow to 2,000. My profile was going to increase. And at the same time, they were wondering how it was going to affect them. So for this lady, it was like, okay, this access that I have to this man is going. It's going. Wow. Yes. Everybody is permanently on a radio station, an internal radio station called WIIFM. What's in it for me? So I came back the following week. I made the same announcement, but in a different way. This other one was selling. I said, there are some of you here, you've been praying for God to give you a wife. You know why you've not gotten your wife? Your wife is not here. Your wife is one of those new people that are coming. Remember, we're going from 500 to 2,000. Your wife is one of those new people that are coming. That was when I had amen, an enthusiastic amen. Okay. When you find what works, you work on it. I switch to the other side. So some of you have been praying for husbands. You've not gotten your husband because your husband is not here, right? Your husband is one of those that are coming. Some of you, in fact, have been looking for jobs. The person to give you the job is not here yet. That person is one of those new people that are coming. The amen was getting louder and all of that. The communication was the difference. The vision was still the same. The message was still the same, but the communication was different. So I want to say, you will need to actually obsess over, first, be clear about the future. Be clear about where you're taking people to, the goals for the whole team. Secondly, you need to really, really think about how to craft the communication of that goal. You may need to actually sit down with some one-on-one, right? You will need to do the group one, of course, but there are some people you will need to take them out, hear their fears, their concerns, and whatever it is, and then be able to answer, help them to resolve, jump over those mental barriers. And as a team, you'll be able to move forward. You may notice some people, it's really difficult for them, right? Some people are touch and feel people. Some people are good with abstract. So as you are describing that your vision, they're following you. Some other people, they need to see some practical proof that this thing is going to work. So sometimes it may be half or a little over half of the team that you will get to be enthusiastic. You move ahead all the same. And then when they begin to see results, then the others will join enthusiastically. I hope this has been helpful for someone. I hope this has been helpful. Remember, Saturday, 13th of September, Shift Conference at the DMV, USA. That's College Park, Marriott, Hyattsville, Maryland, USA. We're inviting people from all over North America, Central America, South America. Or if you would be visiting the USA at that time, that would just be perfect, right? Presently, we have the wait list. We have a wait list. The link is there on the screen. If you jump on the wait list, you will be the first to have the opportunity to buy your ticket before we open it up to the public. Also, if you are interested in being a sponsorship partner, let's transform the world together. Send us an email, info@samadmiglc.com. Also, to all our friends in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, we're having the Business and Leadership Accelerator Roundtable the following Saturday, the 20th of September. Please jump on the wait list also. This is going to be a much smaller meeting, but powerful. What do we discuss there? Business and Leadership Accelerator Roundtable. We said exponential growth. Right. Thank you, everyone. And then remember, you can join the Inner Circle mentoring program that I run on Zoom once every month. Some people ask, so do you do one-on-one with leaders? Absolutely. I invest my time now with leaders in government and leaders in business. So I do executive coaching. It's on the link tree, right? That link that is in my profile on social media. Yeah. And the link is there on the screen. Thank you for the feedback. Very helpful, says Tola. Dr. Mo. Oluwadare says beautiful, sound, and laudable leadership training. Thank you. Yeah, this is for me. Someone says, thank you. Very insightful. Sam Iheanacho, thank you for saying that. And Maurice Black says, God bless you. Thank you. Love you, everyone. Have a restful evening or a beautiful morning, depending on where you are. Have an amazing and very productive week. We'll see you again next week. Bye for now.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome to the Shift Conference. Before I say anything, please can we put our hands together for Dr. Sam Adeyemi. I was on a salary of 30,000 naira a month and I asked myself, Gabriel, what else can you do to earn 30,000 naira a month? If I can sell one truck of diesel, I'll make 30,000 naira a month. When you have a strategy, you implement it.
You must be intentional about building strategic relationships. The power that you have is not absolute in the space, because you must control the space to work, to support you to deliver value. Hard work is good. I didn't say don't work hard, but working smart is better. Working smart is about maximizing productivity using every resource that is available to you.
Your mindset is like a compass. If it's off just a little bit, it's going to take you a lot of time to reach your goals. See, money is a tool. And so what I realized is if a person can change their priorities around their money, they can change their outcome. If they can change their mindset around their money, they can change their money outcome. Our financial outcomes is a derivative of our money behaviors.
You cannot travel within and stand still without. When you see cannot, that's riding on a principle. If I could push the inside, the outside is designed to do everything possible to catch up with it.
It gives us great pleasure to unveil to you, reveal to the world for the first time, his latest book titled Shift.